The story starts with a young girl named Nora. She was climbing high in the sharp mountains with her dad. Her father looked at the world in a very different way than most folks. He believed that we only find the truth when we look with our hearts. He told Nora that these mountain peaks were more than just piles of stone. He whispered that ancient trolls still lived in the dark shadows of the deep canyons. He shared a legend about 13 trolls at a king's wedding. They drank so much that they lost track of time. When the sun came up, the light turned them into solid rock forever. Back then, Nora thought these were only fairy tales for kids. All she could see were gray stones and cold snow, but her father pushed her to look beneath the surface. For a brief moment, she saw a giant face shaped into the cliffside. Trolls looked like humans, but they were as big as skyscrapers. They were peaceful unless someone woke them from their ancient sleep. Many years passed, and the little girl became a famous professor. Nora was now in charge of a large archaeological project. Her team had been digging for 6 months without finding anything. The supervisor wanted to pack up and head home. Nora refused to give up on what her gut was telling her. Her father taught her to believe in herself no matter what. She ignored the people who doubted her and kept digging into the ground. Suddenly, her shovel struck something massive and hard. Far away in the mountains of Norway, a different kind of digging began. Workers were using strong explosives to blow a new tunnel. They wanted to build a modern train station inside the mountain peak. The final blast was much larger than they had planned. As the smoke drifted away, the workers heard a deep, steady thud. Something huge was moving toward them in the darkness. The men screamed and ran to save their lives. The military quickly called a major meeting for national security. Nora got a special invite to join the command room. She met Andreas, the lead advisor to the prime minister. They watched blurry footage of giant footprints in the dirt. The generals thought it was just a storm or a hole in the ground. Nora looked at the tracks and knew the truth right away. Nobody took her seriously until a new video arrived. It showed a mountain actually standing up and walking. The whole room became quiet with fear. That same night, an old couple sat down to have some tea. Their dog started barking at the dark woods outside. Suddenly, the cups on the table began to move. The ground shook with the strength of an earthquake. They ran into their underground cellar just in time. Outside, their entire farmhouse was smashed like a toy. The government sent Nora and Andreas to look at the wreckage. On the drive there, Andreas asked about Nora's mysterious dad. She explained that her mother died a long time ago. Her father lived by himself because people thought he was crazy. Andreas admitted he once wanted to be a famous writer. When they got to the ruins, a captain met them. He said something had crossed the river toward the peaks. They followed the footprints for miles until they disappeared. An old woman said she heard a giant crying nearby. Nora wondered how a creature that big could just vanish. She knew only one person who could figure out this puzzle. She took the team to see her father at his cabin. The house was filled with old myths and maps. Her father claimed the government had hidden the truth for many years. He said they destroyed proof of trolls to keep the public calm. Nora told him that the mountains were finally waking up. Her dad explained that trolls were once the rulers of the earth. Humans hunted them and punished anyone who tried to help them. The government had locked him in a hospital to keep him quiet. He led the group back to the spot where the tracks ended. The soldiers whispered that the old man was completely out of his mind. Even Nora began to doubt her father's wild stories. Then, the air suddenly turned cold and smelled like sulfur. The clouds got dark as a massive shadow fell over them. Nora looked up and saw a golden eye as big as a door. A real troll stood right in front of them. The captain backed away and brought the video to the camp. Even with the video proof, the leaders were still doubtful. They kicked Nora's father out for talking about magic. The prime minister ordered a fast military attack. Nora begged for time to study the ancient being. The generals ignored her and got ready for war. The military followed the troll to a narrow valley. Nora's father said he was sorry for being a distant parent. He felt bad for leaving her alone with his strange ideas. Nora took his hand and said he was with her now. The troll appeared and sniffed the air very carefully. The commander gave the order to fire the guns immediately. Bullets bounced off the troll's skin like small rocks. The creature roared in pain and started to fight back. It crushed tanks and tossed the soldiers aside like leaves. Nora and her father hid behind a sharp rock. A soldier near them started to pray out loud. The troll quickly turned toward the sound of his voice. Her father realized trolls can smell the blood of believers. He stepped out and yelled for the troll to stop. The creature paused and looked into the old man's eyes. It seemed to recognize a friend and began to calm down. Suddenly, a hidden sniper fired another shot at the beast. The troll lost its temper and swung its giant arm. The hit struck Nora's father and knocked him back. The creature looked sad before it ran back into the woods. Nora held her father as he took his last breath. He whispered the words royal palace and home. Nora cried as the only person who believed her passed away. The next day, the government planned a huge airstrike. Nora looked through her father's old research papers. She found a note saying trolls hated the sound of bells. This was why they always attacked attacked old country churches. She talked the captain into trying one last peaceful plan. They set up a group of loud church bells. The ringing sound was like torture for the troll. It covered its ears and started to break the towers. During the mess, a small child fell in the street. The troll stopped and gently moved the child to safety. Nora saw the kindness inside the giant monster. The plan did not stop the beast from moving forward. The government kicked Nora off the mission because they were frustrated. They prepared to use missiles on their own city. Andreas drove Nora away as the sirens started to scream. She kept thinking about her father's last words. She realized the royal palace was built on a dark secret. They raced to the palace and found the chief minister. He admitted the palace was built on an ancient graveyard. Hundreds of years ago, a human king killed the troll king. He built his home on top of the troll's castle. They killed every troll except for one tiny baby. That baby grew up in the dark and lonely mountains. After 1,000 years, it only wanted to go home. The minister showed them a hidden cave full of bones. Nora shined a light on the skeletons in the dark. They turned to stone the moment the light touched them. She realized that bright light was their only weakness. She called the captain to set a trap in a field. They set up a circle of huge solar lights. Nora and Andreas took a small troll skull from the cave. They put it in the car to lead the beast away. The military was moments away from firing the missiles. Andreas had a friend hack the computers to stop the launch. The troll saw the skull and started to chase the car. During the fast chase, the skull fell out onto the road. The giant picked it up and let out a sad cry. It was crying for its lost family and its people. Nora felt a deep sadness for the lonely creature. The troll turned toward them with eyes full of anger. It followed them right into the middle of the trap. The captain turned on the solar lights. Back at the base, the generals tried to fix the computer hack. They launched the missiles anyway, but the commander stopped them. Under the bright lights, the troll screamed in pain. Its skin started to crack and turn into gray stone. Nora realized they were killing a part of nature. She turned off the lights and told the troll to run. She begged it to hide in the deep shadows again. The troll looked at her with peace and understanding, but the sun started to rise over the hills. The natural sunlight hit the creature with full force. It turned into a massive stone statue in the field. Nora cried because she could not save the last king. Later, the prime minister admitted the old man was right. Andreas quit his job to write the whole story down. Nora looked at the mountains and felt a new mystery. She knew the world was still full of hidden secrets. Real wisdom is seeing the world with your heart, not just your eyes. Please like this video, leave a comment about your favorite part, and subscribe for more amazing stories.